What's up, YouTube? It's Mike, Sticks and Seams. Hope everybody's doing well out there. And as promised, I got my Grail card to show off today, but it's not without a story. So I'll get to that in a moment. Up first, I just wanted to do a little review here. If you see that Donruss Power Alley in the back, it's on a stand. I wanted to get a rotating stand, but I was on the cheaper side that day and got the highly rated $9 one. It works perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. But what I wanted it for was to control the speed and I guess what's the word I'm looking for? The path that it rotates. And this one has like pretty much no functionality to it. You plug it in and it goes. You can do clockwise and counterclockwise. You cannot control the speed. So while it shows the nice glare like you can see in this picture, there are other parts where you can't see the card at all because of the way the glare hits. So just a little public service announcement. If you want to get a rotating stand, splurge, spend the $30 on the nicer one that has more functionality and make sure you can control the direction, the speed. There are some with lights as well, which probably in retrospect would have been a good idea for a shiny card. But c'est la vie. So I'll probably get another one at some point, and maybe you'll see one spinning in my background. All right, enough of that. So this card here, purchased a couple of weeks ago. It's been on my number one. It's been on my want list as number one for about 6 years now. And I finally was able to find a copy that I was happy with, that I could get a reasonable price on, and I pulled the trigger. So this little box here was sent to the authenticator in California. Something might have changed, that I'm not privy to, but I live in the Tampa area in Florida, and almost every card this way was shipped to the authenticator in Sarasota for me over the years. And all of a sudden, my last two have come from California, so perhaps they've made some adjustments on their end. That wasn't the crazy part. So it arrives at the authenticator, quick turnaround time for them. They authenticate it, ship it back out, and that's when the odyssey begins. So this card was sent to Georgia, then to North Florida. From North Florida, it went to North Carolina, had 3 stops in North Carolina before going back to North Florida. Sat in North Florida for 4 days before it arrived in the Tampa hub. And there it sat for 2 days before it made it to my branch. Needed signature, so they delivered it when I was at work. I went online, scheduled it for pickup today at the post office. And when I showed up, they could not find the package anywhere. I was pissed. I talked to them. I was calm about it, professional and such, but I knew they had the package because of the slip. So, and that's what I brought up. And I was like, well, I know you've had it because you gave me the slip. So what happens if you can't find this package? What I'm about to say next is a public service announcement. Whenever you buy a card that goes to authentication through eBay, once the seller's card arrives at authentication and they authenticate it, the seller is off the hook. Especially because they almost always put no returns on the listing. Now it becomes an issue between you and the authenticator and the United States Postal Service. Authenticator's off the hook. They authenticate it, shipped it out with tracking. So they know it got away from their building and went as far as Georgia before it went screwy. Now this is the kicker. If the seller does not include satisfactory level of insurance and the Postal Service loses your item, they will only reimburse you the cost of the insurance. So for this instance, he put $100 of insurance on a card that's worth significantly more than that. Had they lost it entirely, I would have been out that money and the card. So just a little fruit for thought there. Enough of me talking. So this card here is from 1997. It was released in the summer, actually, of 97. It's 10 card set, and there were 1 in 288 packs. It's from Skybox EX 2000, and it is the cut above. This thing is insane. I love it so much. It's even better in person. I love the saw blade cutouts, the rainbow holofoil there. It's kind of what the back looks like. I got a PSA 7, looks great. I know where the issue is, and that was the perk of buying it graded already, because sometimes these things are hacked, and people try and trim up the saw blades to make them look nicer, and there's refractor lines and such. So this one's free of all that. It's actually that blade right there is a little white if you angle it the right way, which I'm not going to pick up, but can't even really see it when you show off the card from the front. And this thing just embodies 90s to me. And the joke is, this card makes me feel like a big boy Griffey collector for whatever reason. I have a lot of nice Griffey cards, and there's a lot of cards that I'm never going to have, but I can admire, and I appreciate that. It's fine. I'm fine by that. But this one's on my Mount Rushmore for Griffey, for sure. It's a really nice example. It's a very highly desirable card. These cards have blown up over the past couple of years, mostly because the basketball counterparts are like insanely foolish money. You're talking 3, 4, 5 grand for a Jordan, even more if it's like a 9 or a 10. So I think this is just going to continue to be desirable card, and it now is like my George Washington on my on my Mount Rushmore. So I don't even really know what else to say other than I'm like so thankful that I was able to purchase this card and get it finally in my hands. And the story makes it a little bit more worthwhile for me because of the journey this thing went on to finally end up in my collection. So with that, I will leave you with this beautiful card and to tell you, collect what you love. Have a good one.